Girly Girls! I'm Kat.
And I'm Helen.
We asked what kind of stuff you wanted us to cover, and one of the most requested things was budget saving tips for your wedding. So that is what we're going to do today, because we want to do things that make you happy.
Yeah, and it's actually a very important topic to talk about. Probably one of the most stressful things is, like, can I pay for this?
Yeah. How am I going to pay for this without having to remortgage my house?
Point number 1.
Did you know if you have your legal ceremony earlier in the day, it can often be cheaper?
I did not know this.
So if you're getting married at a registry office, once you get after 12 o'clock, the price of ceremonies can get way more expensive. Sometimes it can even double for popular times, because most people want to get married between, say, 12 and 2. So if you're happy to get married at 9 a.m. when no one else wants to get married, it's often a lot cheaper. So ask your registrar if that's an option. You never know.
You never know. Point number 2, get married on a weekday or out of season. The most popular times for weddings is obviously peak time is summer. What did you say, like April to September or June to
I would
September?
say October to March.
Oh no,
I'd say-
the peak time is between.
Oh, the peak
April
time is between, April to September, yeah.
And obviously weddings are normally on a weekend, so if you manage to get your wedding on a Thursday or Friday, however, it's going to be so much cheaper.
Yeah. Some venues will do different rates for weekdays versus weekends, and some of your suppliers might offer you a discount if they're not going to get another booking. So if you're getting married on a Wednesday in November, they might think, oh, I'm probably not going to get anybody else booking that day, so I might as well do it. And yeah, I might do a bit of a deal. Point number 3 is avoid the bridal shops and buy your wedding dress on the high street. Or you could wear something you already own, or you could borrow a dress from someone, or there are lots of websites where you can buy second-hand wedding dresses. So I think there's one called preownedweddingdresses.com, but if you just Google second-hand wedding dresses, I'm sure that loads will come up. Loads of high street stores now do wedding dress lines, so ASOS, Ted Baker have just released one, and it's amazing. Misguided, yeah. Who else? Phase 8, Coast, Monsoon. There are so many high street shops doing wedding dresses now, and the quality, obviously, it's not as similar to one that you're going to spend $3,000 on. But if you're wanting to save money and you're only going to wear it once, why not?
Point 4, ask your photographer to do a short coverage, i.e. don't get them to cover the whole day. You can ask them to do like a few hours rather than all day, as that was obviously less time of theirs, will be less money.
The only thing to realise about that is, again, if you're getting married in peak season, they might not want to book a short coverage day because they might very easily get a full coverage day. So again, getting married off season will help you in that way. Another thing you can do with photography is if you can't afford to have a wedding photographer on the day, you could just book a photographer to do a photo shoot with you, like a few weeks later. You can put your wedding clothes back on and you still get then some lovely portraits of you looking,
That's
bridal.
a very good idea.
But like a portrait shoot will only cost you maybe a few £100s rather than a few £1,000s. Point number 5 is with food. So feeding people is often one of the most expensive parts of the wedding. So ways that you can maybe save money on food are, you could ask your guests to bring a dish instead of gifts.
I've seen that done before and it's very cool.
Like I don't know what they call it, potluck kind of thing. So that can save money and be really fun because you don't know what you're going to get. You could also make all the food yourself if you're very brave. Did you know that if you go to lots of restaurants and pubs will let you hire them out for events?
Really?
Yeah, and if you use them, like if you say, okay, we're going to have 200 people here and we're going to be buying everyone a meal from your menu, a lot of them there won't be a hire fee. They'll just say, oh, okay, well, as long as you're spending X amount on the menu, then there's no fee. So that's something to look at too.
That's really cool. Point number 6 is forget about the fancy pants transport. A lot of people think they need to turn up in their wedding in like a
vintage car.
Yeah, or like a glass carriage pulled by
you were gonna
10 horses.
For some reason I thought you were going to say a glass slipper.
No. Just cut it out. I mean, to be honest, I'm not even like arriving to my own wedding in a vehicle. Bear in mind I'm staying, like the B&B is a walk to the venue. I'm just going to get my dad to put me in his car and like run me down the driveway.
Yeah. Brilliant.
No one's going to care, really.
No one gives a shit. Tip number 7 would be have a small guest list, because the more people you have, the more you have to feed and water. And as we said earlier, food is often the most expensive part. Now, cutting down the guest list can be quite tricky. But if you really want to save money, it's the easiest way to do it. Even better if you can elope.
I've thought about that one many a time. Number 8 is a pay bar or bring your own booze. Now, I honestly think it's a weird concept to think that the people that are hosting the wedding will pay for everyone's booze for the
Yeah.
wedding. Like, what I'm used to is there being wine on the table, and then the rest of it is get your own. And I don't think that's hard, like a bad thing to ask or expect. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
In terms of the table food, I mean, that would be quite cool if you got people to bring a bottle, you know?
Yeah.
Because that would cut the cost down on that part as well. And then the bar or would be pay bar. A lot of bars do have a minimum spend, however, but that would basically, you wouldn't have any cost for booze at all if it was bring your own and a pay bar.
Yeah. I would say let people know on the invitation if it's going to be like
Yeah.
that, so people know to bring cards or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think you should, as you said, pay for the wine on the tables, maybe some champagne or prosecco for the toast. But then apart from that, most people are more than happy to buy their own drinks.
Exactly.
And I think when you go to a wedding that's a complete free for all, maybe it's a British thing. We just go fucking mad. We're
Yeah.
like free booze.
Yeah, and then everyone will be
And
absolutely...
everyone just get paralytic.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice to cut people off, actually.
Yeah. On my invitation, I put, there's going to be a pay bar, so bring your dosh. Because it's going to be in the middle of the countryside, there's going to probably be no cash machines nearby.
Perfect.
So it's fun.
Point number 9 is about your bridal party. So traditionally in the UK, the bride and groom, or whoever's paying for the wedding, will normally pay for the bridal party's outfits. So like the bridesmaid dresses, the groomsmen suits. When we spoke about this a few weeks ago, a lot of people commented saying, oh, that's really weird, because in Australia or in America, the bridesmaids are supposed to buy for their own outfits, but in the UK, it's normally that the bride and groom do. But if you're looking to save money, you could ask the bridesmaids to sort out their own outfits by saying, if you're going to do that, it's best to give them free reign so they can buy something they'll wear again, or just to give them a colour. You can't really, I mean, I think it's a bit off to be like, you have to wear this very, very specific dress, and by the way, you have to pay £400 for it.
Yeah.
That's a bit like, so...
I think it depends if it's a reasonable price and you have an idea, then that's fine. I paid for my bridesmaid dress when my best friend got married, but I think it cost me like £40. So I was like, cool,
Yeah,
sure.
that's fine.
Here you go.
Yeah. Perfect.
And the last point, number 10, is DIY decor and flowers. Decor is pretty expensive. I would suggest that you try and make it yourself.
Yeah.
You get a team of you, like your bridesmaids together, and you make things. I recently went to my venue to scope it out, measure up, and we're figuring out how we're going to decorate it. So that's one of the costs I'm cutting, is for doing it myself. Also, another way to cut costs on the flowers is don't go to a florist. You can easily make a nice bouquet of flowers by getting them from the supermarket.
Yeah, there is also a website called Triangle Nurseries. I think it's trianglenurseries.com, or it could be .co.uk. And they are a flower wholesaler who a lot of florists actually use to buy their flowers from. And there's nothing stopping you signing up for an account and getting flowers delivered directly to you. I've done it before for photo shoots.
Really?
And obviously there's no markup then by going through a florist. So supermarkets are great. And if you want to order them online, then that's another really good idea. Right,
cool.
Perfect.
So that was it. Thanks for watching.
We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you have any more questions or any more video requests, don't forget to put them in the comments section and we will look at them.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.